YouTube, what's going on, man? Fresh out work, finna hit the highway, trying to get to the Chrisley up tired, man. Had worked a little overtime in my truck. You know how I go. I ain't in the car today, I'm in my truck. But I was looking at something on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And I was looking at something on Twitter, and I was looking at something on YouTube again, and it was on Twitter again. And they was talking about Snoop Dogg, and I seen it on the Breakfast Club, and they was giving their opinion on what this it had been, I think like 2 publications had wrote like something on Snoop Dogg talking about how he has a problem with the LGBTQ, and how they phrased it as he had a problem with something going on in the movie, you know what I'm saying? And then they did an interview with Snoop Dogg, and they let him explain himself. And what he said was he took his son to a movie, and it's like a toy, I don't know if it's a Toy Story spinoff with Buzz Lightyear, and it's a kiddie movie, you know what I'm saying? Animation movie. He took his grandbaby to go see it. So I guess during the movie, it was a part where a little time had went by, and supposedly one of the women supposed to had a baby by another woman, you know what I'm saying? And then Snoop Dogg said his grandson had asked him about the situation, like, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, he don't even know how to explain it. He just say he told his grandson to go back to watching the movie. You know, eat your popcorn, watch the movie. Don't worry about it. And what he was saying is he don't understand, like, he should never be put in a situation where he has to explain that to his young grandson. And I can agree, especially on an animation kind of a movie that's about, about children and stuff. And you may look at it like it's not a bad thing, 2 women having a child. It can be a surrogate, you know what I'm saying? You can adopt a child, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know what it could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be a little bit of anything, but having to explain that to a child, you shouldn't have to be put in some of these positions. We are put in, people that have children, trying to explain to their children about what's going on in the world with the LGBT community, like with people being gay, lesbian, you know what I'm saying, both ways, or whatever they want to call themselves, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't know all the phrases people use. It's so many phrases, you know what I'm saying? And then I start thinking about different topics I be seeing about how, they say Donald Trump was banning people that was born men to compete in women's sports, which I 100% agree with, you know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like, you can want to be something else, but still have to perform with the people that you are or you was birthed as. Like, if you was born as a man, you need to go compete with the man. Even though you want to become a woman, hey, that's your right. You want to do what you want to do, but you still should have to compete with the man. But everybody trying to put it out there, and I listened to what Snoop Dogg said, and I don't think what he said was such a bad thing. What he was saying is he shouldn't be put in a situation watching a kid movie where he has to explain that to his grandson. And it makes perfect sense. Like, if I'm sitting in a movie, an animate movie, like a kiddie movie where I'm sitting there with my kids or my grandbabies or anything, I have to explain why is this like that, and they know better, and this ain't the time and place to be doing it. I'm at the movies, hey man, eat your popcorn. But I don't think you should be put in them positions. And a lot of times, like, I watched the Eternals movie. I don't know if y'all ever seen the Eternals movie, but it's a movie about, it's a Marvel movie, but it goes back to the beginning. Like, they talk about Babylon, but it's like, it's a group of aliens created to protect the people on Earth from these people they created called the Deviants. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a Marvel superhero movie. And the black guy in the movie is a gay guy. You know, he's with a dude in the movie. And I be sitting up here watching certain things, and I be wondering why they so, like, these people don't even come from planet Earth. So why would an alien be gay? You know what I'm saying? Why would he come all the way to Earth and be a great inventor, but he's gay? Like, an alien shouldn't even be thinking how we think as a human on planet Earth to be, but to keep sliding it in there. Like, if you watch certain movies, like if you even watch the Deadpool series with the girl with the long, crazy, funny name, you know what I'm saying? Even her, they got her as a lesbian. I watched The Boys, the spinoff to The Boys, where they got the younger kids in there, the black girl in there is a lesbian. Like, it's like it's being forced to explain certain things to kids. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to do that. Like, why we just can't have this a kiddie movie, make it a movie, move on, but they have to take it somewhere else. They gotta add it in there. Like, it's every, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just disagree on certain things like that. I feel like a lot of times the boundaries are being crossed, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to step on nobody's toes because I'm not that kind of guy, but I just feel in certain instances you shouldn't be able to put that out there. This is a kid movie. You don't got to exploit that in every situation to make it feel like you fit in. Like, you got superheroes that was created before any of this stuff, and you don't got to turn back around and make the Flash homosexual, or do you gotta turn around and make a superhero a lesbian? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe we should do that. Like, why do you feel like we in a position where we have to do that? Like, it don't make no sense to me. And I want to get back on the topic with Snoop Dogg. They were trying to kind of make it look like he had a problem with that being in the movie. He's just like, I'm not coming to the movie trying. Why is that there? It should be a stamp at the beginning of the movie saying, this is what this might be. You might feel a certain way about this if you got little kids with you, to kind of give you that warning, so you can choose to not go see that and not want to put your grandson in that situation where he has to ask them kind of questions. And I believe that should be on a lot of things. Like, you shouldn't be able to, like, if that's what you want to be, that's what you want to be. I'm not against it, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't force that up on nobody to make us feel like we gotta agree. Like, we don't have to agree, and we're not against the LGBTQ community if you disagree with what's going on. And I feel like what they were trying to do to Snoop Dogg, they were trying to paint a picture of him like he has a problem with them people, and that wasn't what he was saying. He was saying that it was thrown upon him now where he put in a position to his grandchild. He got to explain what's going on. And I feel how Snoop feel. I shouldn't have to explain that a kid shouldn't be put in a position where you have to, like, and I always believe that however you're born, however you was born, that's how you feel. I can believe that people are born a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel, that's what you're attracted to, that's what it is. But I feel like when we cross the line, that is when you try to force that upon everybody else and make us have to agree with how you feel. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But you shouldn't force it upon people that don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And to make him look like he said something or did anything wrong, with him not understanding what to tell his grandson in a situation like that. Like, if I was in a movie, it had been time I didn't watch movies, and something like that happened in the movie, and it throws me out, man. I don't want to watch that no more, because you didn't got to do that. Why you feel like you got to always put that and prop that up on people and put that, like, you should have a choice. Shouldn't be by force, you know what I'm saying? And if that's what you want to be, but we shouldn't have to ride along and agree with how you feel. And I feel everybody should have their own opinion and stuff like that. But in a kid movie, why are we forcing this upon certain people? And if they don't agree with it, you make them look like the bad guy, and they should never look like the bad guy. And I watch Snoop Dogg talk. I don't believe Snoop Dogg said anything wrong. If you put me in that situation, I probably wouldn't have known what to say to my child either. I would have said, no, we ain't rocking like that. That ain't how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But how Snoop Dogg handled it, he was just like, man, we're going to sweep that under the rug. Eat your popcorn. Let's watch this movie. But the whole thing about it was him saying that he shouldn't be put in them kind of situations in a kid movie. Like, you got enough of this going around in different kind of movies. You don't got to kind of try to put it in the, like, don't do it. You got people that's growing. You got children, brain are growing. Don't make them feel like they're doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't believe in how things are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I disagree with. Like, kids shouldn't have to be faced with having to explain or having to deal with any of this stuff. Cause I just I just big time disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? But what how the picture they try to paint of Snoop Dogg and they're making him look like he's a bad guy like that. I believe Snoop Dogg didn't really say nothing wrong. I don't really disagree with what he was talking about. And that's my opinion. But how do you feel about them throwing that in the movie? Do you think it's an agenda? It's a slick agenda to try to force things upon you and pique your curiosity, because kids are growing. I just disagree with it, and I wouldn't want to walk in no movie and be watching the movie and my son see that. I'm gonna tell him, hey, we getting up out of here, because I'm not with that. And it's just my opinion. You know, people got the right to do what they want to do, feel how they want to feel. But I don't feel like Snoop Dogg was wrong in any aspect of what he was saying. And I don't, and how they try to write the article on him, try to make it seem like he had a problem with it. No, he just had a problem with it, with that being in a kid movie. And I 100% agree with what Snoop Dogg was saying, though. But tell me how you feel about it. About a kid animated Toy Story Buzz Lightyear movie having that in there. Why? You know what I'm saying? That's what I be asking. You might feel different about it. You might feel like kids got to learn about a certain thing after a certain age, which I can agree. You're going to get it. The world we live in, you're going to have to see it. But a kid movie, I big time disagree. But you might feel different, man. Like, comment, subscribe on my video, and tell me how you feel about how they trying to crucify my boy Snoop Dogg, man. And he was just saying he don't know how to explain what was happening in the movie. That's all he was talking about, man. But like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.